things start?
I think it's the 15th, yeah.
That was my concern. So I didn't want to get swamped by the political mailings, but they tend to start at the end of September.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. And then in
Well,
October, October you get flooded with them.
Hi, Barbara. How you doing?
Good. You chairing, Mike?
Yep.
Nice.
All right.
I loathe looking
Hey, Tatiana.
Your priorities.
There is. Okay, there are.
All right, so we got a quorum, and we
Like
will.
losing a debate.
Okay, I'm going to call this meeting of the Board. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, before we proceed with the retreat follow-up, Dr. Adamowski had a statement he wanted to make.
So it's with a very heavy heart, great deal of shock and sadness that I need to announce the passing of Patty Foley, our Director of School Improvement. Patty managed our Alliance Priority School District and Title I grants, some $10 million. Much of our progress in using these grants appropriately and effectively in the last several years in accordance with law was due to her work. She also played a significant role in the improvement of Kendall and Jefferson schools. Patty served in Norwalk 2.5 years, following a career at the State Department of Education, where I met her, and as a reading consultant in Bridgeport. Met her again as a result of her supervision of the State Commissioner's Network Grant at Briggs Pathways. Patty was very ill recently. Her illness progressed rapidly, and she died in her sleep on Sunday night. She was 57. She's survived by her husband, 3 lovely daughters, and her mom. There is a wake anticipated on Sunday night, followed by a burial mass next Monday. We'll share that announcement with you and with everyone once the arrangements are confirmed. Again, tragic situation. Our thoughts, prayers are with Patty and her family.
Thank you, Dr. Adamowski. I thought maybe we could have a moment of silence in recognition of her passing. Thank you all. The third item on today's agenda is board development retreat follow-up. Julie?
Yes.
Take it away.
Thank you. So we'll start and we'll have this discussion. I also did have a conversation with Mike Barbas on the phone before he took off on his travels to also get his perspective. And so we'll start this conversation now, and hopefully we can make some decent headway on the discussion, but we'll definitely have to have some follow-up after, noting that we're missing several members of the board tonight. So to make sure, just to kind of recap where we are and what this process is and what we're following up on. At the retreat back in July, we began a process looking at a number of readings, case studies, as well as all of the board members took a self-assessment. The training is sponsored by the Center on School Turnaround, which is federally funded content center run by West Ed. And the training was really designed for boards that have schools that are identified for low performance, significant low performance. And so previously they were called focus or priority schools. Now they are either still called focus or priority, or the new designation is TSI or CSI. And so while the training was designed for boards that have schools that have been identified by their states for low performance, really the training is designed around best practice in general. And none of the pieces, really strong board functionality, none of it is rocket science by any means. Just like school improvement, none of it is rocket science. The hard piece is putting it all together and implementing it well. And so that's where the impetus of the kind of the evolution of the training program. We had a great discussion, I think, that we started at the board retreat where we looked at the results of the self-assessment and started having some conversations about it. So tonight, one of the pieces that we're doing is we've essentially consolidated the training program, which is designed to either take 6 to 12 months. And we've designed it in conversations with Superintendent Adamowski and myself. We decided to consolidate it. And so essentially we're taking 6 to 12 months of work and putting them in 3 months, 2 to 3 months. So with that, I thank you in advance for your willingness to do several readings instead of one reading at a time. And jumping right into the work. So tonight we'll start with a discussion. We had 2 case study readings, which are both available on the Center on School Turnaround's website as well. There were 2 case studies that were done on New Haven Public Schools as well as Wichita, Kansas. And then in addition, after we have some kind of general discussion about those case studies, we'll jump into looking at the results of the self-assessment again and deciding some action steps that we would like to take moving forward to improve our board functionality and our ability to do our jobs as board members. So with that, we'll open it up. Does anyone have a preference on which case study we start with? New Haven or Wichita?
Mr. Chair?
Yeah.
For the procedure.
Question?
Council is overflowing next door.
Yep.
And they regret that they may need to usurp our space, but I'm proposing that perhaps we consider it given the quantity of people we have here. I regret that we won't have our conversation filmed, but perhaps we can work something out to do that.
Absolutely.
It's probably poor planning on our part, but we had a concert hall for our last meeting and had 20 people, so, you think, okay, 300 might be a little bit bigger piece, but
Okay.
I really need to do this, but.
Can we adjourn for a moment?
You're the recording secretary, right? Okay, so as long as the minutes are still going to be completed, we're in compliance with FOI. The meeting's been on for 15 minutes, so presumably anybody's coming knows. And if you happen to, maybe you can make an announcement if you see people come in, hey, by the way, if you're for the Board of Ed meeting, go next door. If, without objection.
I move that we take a 5-minute recess and move next door.
Seconded.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Let's do it.
Sorry, as soon as you left.
I
All
can
right.
just see the angst.
Well, you can see where the need for the space is. It's
Yeah.
not here tonight.
Absolutely.
Can I take my nicer chair?
Do we need our name?
Do we need
Why don't we take them with?
Leave?
these?
In case. Yeah.
Yeah, take your name tag.
And
Tatiana, it's not
I'm
normal
Barbara
like this.
Smith. Oh, got it, thanks. All right.
Make sure I got everything. Now I got my cell phone. Okay,
Got everything?
got it. Off we go.
Jack? I'm good, how are you? Grabbing water. When are you moving? Aren't you moving soon? Aren't you moving? Are you leaving? Eventually, yeah. Eventually. Whenever it happens, right? Oh my God. So you're having a market?
Yes, and nobody else is.
Basically the garden.
Not necessarily, but
Am I in the right place?
you will be, you are. Yes, we're moving. Okay.
You're moving everybody in here?
Yes, so you're the person to the party. Yes. Okay. Come on down. Yes.
Oh my